Hello everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I last made a custom doll video, but I hope that this will make up for it. I've had so much fun making this doll, honestly. If you've seen the thumbnail and title, you know that I'm making Angel Dust from Hazbin Hotel. Before you watch this video, please go and follow me on my Instagram at Cherry Donuts to see behind the scenes, dolls and updates. Hazbin Hotel is an adult cartoon created by Vivziepop, which is coming out in October. It is set in hell and is about rehabilitating sinners. I love the concept, art style and characters, and I cannot wait to watch it when it comes out. This is actually an Instagram doll collab which I started up, which involves a bunch of talented artists, each making a character from the show. Angel Dust is one of my favourite characters from what we have seen so far. I love his character, style and design. Gosh, he is just awesome. So of course I had to make him. His design is going to look so good in doll form, mainly due to how Monster High dolls look, and they are very slim and so is he. I cannot wait to get started. I will be doing doll body mods for the first time, so I hope it all goes well. Let's get started, shall we? I am using a hybrid between Wedona's spider and this creator monster head. I need to remove two of Wedona's arms as she has too many. I kind of just had to bend them and they eventually came off. I did use an X-Acto knife just so I can cut them off slightly easier. And there we go, we are ready to go. I did have to cut off the ears and the nose as well, as they aren't visible on Angel Dust. Now we move to body mods. Now this is my first time trying this, so I apologise if it goes wrong. But I did have to draw some legs just so I could get an idea of what I wanted. And I do still want the knee joints. So I marked off where I wanted the legs to be cut, and here we go. I didn't do it on camera simply because, well, I had no idea what I was doing. So you see these holes in the legs, these are going to be very helpful when I need to attach the legs together. So I'm using a pin, hot glue, and super glue to get them to stick together. I'm using the pins and I'm going to super glue them in place. Then I'm using hot glue to keep them from falling apart. And there we go, we are ready to assemble. I'm just going to stick the legs together using hot glue. And a bit of super glue as well. And to fill up any gaps, I'm just going to use some more hot glue. And here we go. Not bad for my first attempt, I have to say. And now I'm going to use some clay just to patch up any holes or lumpy bits. That sounded weird, but I don't care. And I just smooth them down just so they don't look too obvious. And now I'm going to go ahead and mold on the shoes. I didn't actually want to make the boots themselves, so I just kind of made them onto the body, if that made sense. And then to make the heel, I'm just using a toothpick. And here are the shoes. And I'm just going to super glue the toothpick into place. And here they are. Now, Angel Dust does have quite a big chest area, so I had to make that of the doll. I just used more air-dried clay just to build up the chest slightly. And there we go. Not too bad, I have to say. So all the mods are done now. We can go ahead and paint him. I'm going to use Doughcraft Artiste Blanc Paint. I did about 5 coats in total, just because I just wanted the best paint job I could get, since the base of the body is black. And I didn't really want the brush strokes to be visible. And there we go. He is looking so good so far, honestly. So I'm just going to add a bit of blushing using this pink Docraft Artiste acrylic paint. I don't use pastels as it just won't look good on the acrylic paint body. But I kind of just use this paint around the joints and any other built up areas. And there we go. I do the same to the face as well. And there we have all the blushing done. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint the boots. So I'm going to start off with a base colour of black. Or noir as it's called. Then to finish off the boots, I'm going to use a mix of black and pink. I did about 2 coats of this. Then to add a little bit of colour to the shoes, I use this red on the bottoms. Going to use a mix of gloss and matte sealant on the body just so the paint doesn't chip off. I usually do 1 coat of gloss and then 2 or 3 coats of matte. And there we go, the painting on the body is done. Now, it is time to actually move to the face painting, my favourite part. I start off with a pencil base and then move on to using acrylic paint. On my Instagram, I get so many questions about how I actually paint the faces, and it's really hard to actually describe it to you, so it's just easy for you to watch it. But all I'm going to say is you need good paints and a steady hand, and a lot of practice. I mean, I have been repainting dolls since about 2012, 2013 time. So yeah, I've had a lot of practice using acrylic paints. You won't be great at using acrylics straight away, but with a bit of practice, it will become very easy to you. I do plan to, at some point, to actually try out MSC, since it's a very popular thing that doll artists actually use. One day I will use it, and I might make a video to show how bad I am at using it. I wanted him to have a very sassy looking expression, and I feel like I pulled it off very well. And then I just seal it with some sealant. And there we go, his face up is complete. Now it's time to move on to his hair. I made these hair wefts and I'm just going to glue them onto his head. And I'm going to try and get his hairstyle. This is going to be a challenge, but I'm hoping it will work very well. I usually reroot, but since this doll head didn't have any holes in it, I couldn't reroot, so this is the next best option for me, since I don't like making wig caps. So I stick them on in rows, just so it's easier to style. And I do make sort of a side part in, so it'll be easier to style later on. And here is the messy head of hair. I'm just going to pull them into 3 separate parts. And I'm firstly going to do the back piece. So this back piece is going to just go into the little hole which was on top of the head. Now I use these to reroute. They are felting tools and they are very helpful as they actually make the hair pieces stay in place. So I'm kind of just going to jab the hair into the hole. Make sure to not stab yourself in the process, because when you get stabbed by these, it hurts. There we go, so that bit's sorted. And now it's time to style the rest. So I kind of just pull the ends together and just figure out a style. And then I glue the ends together using some regular PVA glue. And there we go, I am so happy with how this came out. It looks just like how I wanted it to. It looks just like the character as well. I'm so happy with myself. Just going to add a bit of pink pastel to the tips and the parting, just so it adds a bit of dimension. I actually managed to drop him into some yellow pastels, so he has a bit of yellow blotch on the back of his head, which is really annoying, but can't do much about that, unfortunately. Then I'm just going to add in these little pink spots using acrylic paint. And there we go, his hair is complete. Now it's time to move on to his outfit, and here's my box of fabric. It took a while to find fabric in here that actually worked. I really need to use this at some point, because I have some really, really nice fabric. But anyway, I knocked it down to these 4 types of fabric, so we either have white or pink for the top, or this red and pink for the gloves. Time to get sewing! Now, I don't use patterns, I kind of just go for it when I sew. I'm going to use white thread so it matches with the top. So yeah, I'm making 4 separate sleeves. Here is one of them. I just need to turn it right side out. Eventually. And it fits! Yay! Now I've just got to make 3 more of these. And there we go, there are all 4 of the sleeves together. Now I'm going to make the actual, jacket piece. So I kind of just trace around the doll's body, and then trace that onto the fabric, and I kind of go from there. I can't explain my process because it's a lot of trial and error, because I don't use patterns. And this is what I came out with. I did have to sew it slightly in the back so it would fit around his body, and leave the chest area slightly exposed. And then I'm just going to use the little pops. And there we go. That is the basic jacket piece completed. And I'm just going to add on the stripes using pink and white. These were an absolute struggle to paint on for some reason. But I got there in the end, and they look really good actually. And then to finish it off, we paint the stripes on the sleeves. And there we go, I am so happy with this. I'm actually amazed with myself that I managed this. And then we're just going to add the fluff to his chest, and I'm using the same yarn wefts from earlier. Once the glue is dried, I just brush it down, and then seal it underneath the jacket. So it's all puffy. And I'm just going to add some pink pastel, just to add some colour and dimension. And there we go, I'm so happy with this so far. And now I'm going to go ahead and make the collar piece and the gloves. So I'm going to use paper rather than fabric, just because the shape is a lot better. So I'm using pink and red mixed together to make... to paint the hands and the paper. There are the hands, and now I'm going to paint the paper pink. To make the gloves, I kind of just cut out a tiny piece of the pink paper, then wrap it around the forearm, like so. I then super glued it together so it wouldn't fall off. To make the collar piece, I just sketch out the collar piece shape, cut it out, and I then glue it to the top. And the jacket is complete. And so are the gloves. I'm loving how this is coming out so far. I cannot wait to add the head. One more thing is the bow tie. I just used this tiny little black bow I found in my craft drawer, added a pink crystal, and I then glued it to his neck. And now it is time to assemble. Oh my gosh, this doll has been so much fun to make. So much trial and error and everything. This is actually one of my all-time favorite customs, honestly, that I have ever made. Mainly because it's based off of one of my favorite characters. And that it was just a whole lot of fun to make. I did have to do a little photo shoot of him afterwards, just because I love him, he's my child. If you have any requests for future doll customs, don't be afraid to comment it down below. I love to hear your suggestions. I do actually plan to make Alistair next, by the way. Yeah, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and go follow me on my Instagram. The link will be in the description. And make sure to check out the other artists who are included in this collab. Thanks for watching, guys! Bye bye!